You got these losers on the internet that a lot of you guys watch, by the way, that are flabby, triple chin, talking, giving their opinion on matters. Who gives a what they think? Why the are people taking people seriously that are losers? They don't even have the discipline to go to the gym and train and get their body right, and they're trying to tell you how to view the world.
Okay, jeez.
The way you guys speak, the way you and Fresh are giving these advices, I will tell my kids. You know what I mean? Because unfortunately, hypergamy is real. You know what I mean? Like 100%. The way that the ladies or the girls are nowadays, I want to wish that on my enemy.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, this.
Oh my God. What did I just click onto? I clicked this for 5 seconds and I hear this guy saying he's going to teach his kids fresh and fit content. It's actually recommended by most major professional assholes around the world that you teach your kids to hate women very early on. It's a really smart thing to do. If your goal is to raise your child into being a unlovable, unlikable, subhuman, more or less. I cannot imagine who would teach their kids this. And also, it's sad because they never understand the hypergamy thing either. They say, oh, hypergamy is real. Hypergamy is real. For those of you who don't know, hypergamy is the idea that women will pretty much always or naturally gravitate towards men of higher status. This is just not actually correct. Not entirely, at least. First of all, they've done multiple different studies and find that most people tend to date within their own league, what they perceive to be their own league. Most people, if they're looking at someone else they find attractive, they will think of themselves and consider if they feel that they are actually within that league to a degree. They've done like these different sort of psychological studies and found that that's most of the time how people judge whether or not they're going to be interested in somebody. The second thing is these guys advocate for a mindset in which encourages hypergamy as a result, but yet they bitch about hypergamy and blame it on women. So they say that women should be more traditional, women shouldn't be really working very much, women should be, at home with the kids. Okay, well, if a woman's place is now to be back at home with the kids, she's kind of going to need a man of higher status, at least when it comes to wealth, because she needs someone to take care of her. They advocate constantly for a mindset in which the outcome is hypergamy, but yet then they turn it around and blame women for being quote-unquote hypergamous.
Open hypergamy is a thing. Like, it used to be women kind of kept it on the low and just kind of fielded their options behind closed doors, right? And then if you got picked, you got picked. But nowadays, women are out and overt with it. You see them on private jets.
You see them on private jets? This is, okay, I'm going to pull up my notes here on this because I have notes about hypergamy. Individuals voluntarily selected similarly desirable partners from the very beginning of the dating process. Individuals' own popularity was correlated with the popularity of the people with whom they communicated through the online dating site in Study 4. And women's self-worth predicted the popularity of the men whom they contacted and who contacted them in Study 3. Importantly, we found that this was the case for both the lowest self-worth women and the highest self-worth women, showing that low self-worth individuals will voluntarily select undesirable partners. Here's another one. We present findings from a most comprehensive world-level analysis using census and survey microdata from 420 blaze it, samples and 120 countries spanning from 1960 to 2011, which allows us to assert that the reversal of the gender gap in education is strongly associated with the end of hypergamy and increases in wives having more education than their husbands. Some data still shows that women are marrying men who make more money than them. But is this because of some biological thing or because men on average make more money already? Not to mention certain social attitudes as well.
They're incentivized to be hypergamous and they're rewarded for being hypergamous through social media attention, etc. Girls like to be on their Instagram flexing their lifestyle to make other girls feel inferior, okay? They don't care if it lowers their own sexual market value. They care about flex.
How does that make them lose their own? Okay, so there it goes. That's exactly what we needed him to say here. Within 1 minute and 25 seconds, he is established now with his own philosophy that in order for a man to be high value, based on his access to women and his ability to get a lot of women around with him in his high value, wealthy environment, the value of women must be degraded in the process. That is his philosophy here. It's like watching a fucking lost pigeon who thought they found water but accidentally drank like some liquor stumble through a corn maze. It's like you feel bad, but you can't stop watching.
They don't care because they want to flex on their friends. They want to flex on other females. They want to get to the Discover page and they want to tell people, oh, look at my lifestyle. I'm so lit. But it's funny though, because like now you'll go on Instagram or you'll go on TikTok or whatever and girls like, will post this stuff. And see dudes in the comments just roasting them chicks out. Like, who paid for that? Oh, sugar daddy.
Instagram itself. Okay, why are you posting that? One, for attention, but you want to compete with other girls so that they know that you're the shit.
Listen, anytime somebody accuses you of posting something for attention, you can just start laughing at them, okay? You don't post anything if you don't want attention. Everything you post is for attention. Now, how you go about acquiring that attention can vary. If you want to be dishonest to get attention, then that can be criticized. Just like you're posting for attention. Yeah, no fucking shit, dude. No, I posted this full-heartedly hoping that it would get 0 views.
You had like people like Apollo Creed, etc. You look at like these, these 80 stars. You know what people would call today toxic masculinity, right? That like men aspire to be that. No one shamed you for being in fantastic shape and having that alpha male presence. It was admired and respected. Fast forward to 2023. The masculine figure is the guy, skinny soy boys like Tom Holland, who you don't know if they're or not. We got superheroes coming around and etc. So
he's talking about Holland cross-dressing in lip sync battle. There's two sides here, okay? There's these people that say it's an attack on masculinity when like a man wears a dress. I think that these guys are attacking masculinity way more because what they're doing is they're almost making it so that masculinity is so incredibly fucking fragile that all it takes is for a man to wear a piece of clothing that is sometimes seen as being girly to suddenly make him no longer as manly of a man. Really? You sound like a fucking beta. You sound like a pussy. Like a total bitch. I'm not gonna lie. If that's all it takes for you to no longer be like a masculine man and now you're just like a soy boy loser cuck, who cares if someone puts on a dress for a minute or two? Who cares if someone wears a dress? Like most people, if they're mature or secure in their masculinity, understand that if they wear a dress or something, or if it was for like a lip sync battle, like the Tom Holland thing, for a little bit, that's not going to actually invalidate them as a man.
Now, there's an attack on masculinity that you guys, if you're on this side of the internet, you're seeing it, but there's been an attack on masculinity for the better part of the past 20 to 30 years, right? Now, if you go to the gym and you train or whatever, they call you a toxic alpha male or whatever. We're sitting here,
No, they don't. I'm sorry. No, they don't. I agree that there are crazy people that don't understand what toxic masculinity means and go off and say that anytime a man does anything or says anything they don't like, it's just toxic masculinity. Nobody says it's toxic masculinity that someone wants to go to the fucking gym. Nobody says this.
People love shitting on guys that are naturally masculine that got their shit together.
That's exactly what it is, It really does have absolutely nothing to do with the fact that this is a highly controversial channel that gives an insanely biased, incoherent, and sexist takes about women. It has nothing to do with that, okay? It's just like, here's a man working out, doing all right in life. And that just makes everyone else burn with seething contempt.
That's the clickbait. That's the clickbait. Don't you go?
I think he actually thinks that people are just pissed off because they're masculine. If this guy was less muscular, then I wouldn't be so mad.
They go ahead and they use that to go ahead and get clicks. Why? Because their soy boy audience wants you, right, to not strive to be in good shape, to be a leader, to be dominant, to have your life together, to have accomplishments behind your name.
Streamers oftentimes rely on donations from viewers. Why would they not want their viewers to have their lives together, therefore increasing their likelihood of donations and revenue?
We live in a world now where guys will sit there with 0 accomplishments and sit there and criticize people that have accomplishments.
Well, because having accomplishments doesn't exempt you from criticism. You can be more accomplished than someone else, and that doesn't exempt you from criticism. This makes you sound weak and insecure. This makes you sound like you're like, well, I'm special now. You're not supposed to be mean to me. Why don't you go make some money now? Ha ha. Like, you sound like a fucking baby, dude. You sound insecure.
Before, the way I know it, many of you guys watching this, if a guy didn't have experience, he shut the fuck up. No one gave a fuck about his opinion because you're at the bottom of the hierarchy. You haven't accomplished anything. You go into law enforcement, the rookie shuts the fuck up.
Well, yeah, because of course, if you're new in like a fucking law enforcement thing, you're gonna be quiet because you're trying to observe, right? That's different than just like when you're around the pack of the other bros. This even applies to even more petty shit. This is why I say, I don't really care how many subscribers people have. I'll usually respond. Like, if somebody criticizes me, I'm not going to be like, your opinion is invalid if you have less than, 3,000 subscribers or something. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
You got these losers on the internet that a lot of you guys watch, by the way, that are flabby, triple chin, talking shit, giving their opinion on matters. Who gives a what they think? Why the are people taking people seriously that are losers? They don't even have the discipline to go to the gym and train and get their body right, and they're trying to tell you how to view the world. Fuck out of here.
Okay, geez. He actually sounds insecure.